Thank you. Thank you very much, Wendy. Thank you for having me. And again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for your time. Today I'm going to be talking about managing change across cultures, but contextual intelligence is one of the related and underlying themes of this presentation. I started thinking about contextual intelligence a few years ago when a client bristled when I responded, "It depends," to a question he asked me about managing change. It depends was definitely not the answer he was expecting or wanted, and I was mentally kicking myself as soon as I heard the word slip from my lips. No client wants to hear "it depends." I knew that, but it was the truth. And as much as we'd like to tell ourselves otherwise, successful change management involves more than just knowledge of methodologies, processes, and techniques. So context matters. We need to understand the context in which the change is taking place, and of course then knowing what works in what situations. There's nothing particularly wrong with the change management content or tools that we have at our disposal, but the application of them does require a bit of critical thinking and contextual intelligence. So change. What do you think about when you hear the word change? Or what do you think of when you hear the term change management? Change means different things to different people, and the management literature itself contains a mind-body of understanding and approaches to organizational change. I think this is probably because the study of organizational change is interdisciplinary and draws on so many different fields like management, psychology, sociology, anthropology, project management, and so on. And the agendas and preferences of different researchers naturally present contradictions. Most organizational change is driven through projects. You probably already know that. And for this reason, many people assume that project management and change management are the same thing. They aren't. They're complementary disciplines, but there's a fundamental difference between the project management and the change management perspective or definition of change management. This is from Prosci. Let me give them credit right off the top. I think I have credited them here, but I've made some subtle changes to this. From the project perspective, change management is often understood to refer to change control, which, if you're familiar with project management, you'll know is all about managing the project's baselines of scope, time, cost, and quality, how change requests will be created, approved, and managed throughout the life of the project, and so on. In fact, the Project Management Institute's PMBOK guide refers to the change management plan as the part of the project management plan that provides direction for managing the change control processes and documents the formal change control board. But from the change management perspective, change management is about adoption and sustainability of the change, whereas project management is about the output, so the new product, the new technology, the new procedure, the new market, etc. Change management is about converting those outputs into outcomes and benefits, so, like improved performance, increased collaboration, reduce costs, etc. The emphasis is on transitioning individuals, teams, and organizations from the old way of doing things to the new way of doing things. And until recently, organizational change management has been fairly underrepresented in the project management literature. Okay, so I just wanted to set that stage, or have that common understanding of change management, the difference between change management, project management, and how they work together before we move on. So culture. Culture is an ubiquitous concept. It can be difficult to define. In fact, there are more than 160 different definitions of culture in the literature. But most of the definitions seem to converge on the notion that culture is learned. It is associated with groups of people and encompasses a range of attributes, including norms, values, shared meanings, and ways of behaving. I guess to put it more simply, culture is a shared meaning system that influences how we think, act, organize, relate, and perceive. From an anthropological perspective, culture usually refers to societies defined in national or ethnic terms, but it can also be used to describe the concepts of organizational and group culture. Globalization has accelerated over the past few decades, and so has the research into international business. One area that has really caught the attention of researchers is the effect of national culture on business processes and outcomes. But how much does culture really matter from a change management perspective? Well, as it turns out, it matters a lot. Culture influences human behavior, and that is the focus of change management. It plays an important role in how we interpret and respond to the work environment and change. It subconsciously guides our behavior and our thoughts, and it often influences our sense of belonging, motivation, and effectiveness at work. Culture influences our expectations about things like employment terms, working conditions, psychological contracts, and managerial roles. It can influence whether we expect management to lead in a more participative or authoritative way, the relative importance that we place on employer reputation, and how we communicate and respond to organizational communication. So cultural differences are very important contextual variables, and our failure to take them into account when implementing change can lead to embarrassing blunders, and it can drag down business performance. Since culture essentially refers to the way of doing things, it means that it also affects how a business is managed. An analysis of how the organization works can give us some meaningful insight into how the culture of the organization influences attitudes, behaviors, and ways of working within the workplace. So it's really not too surprising that most of the prevailing change management theories and models zero in on organizational culture as an important contextual variable that we need to consider when preparing for.
Hi there, I hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also getting complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.